You know this, but now I want you to think about this. A day begins at midnight. Breaking news, right? You never thought of it? Well, let me tell you that we usually pray for a good day and we think about the second you open your eyes and you have your day planned and you just go ahead and leave. And then at the end of the day, we say, Lord, now that I fought my battles, give me a good night to rest and recover. Well, I want to change the spots. I want to change the order in that. Because without resting while it's dark, you cannot be very productive when it's light. So what I say is a good day begins while it is dark. Here's a statement from Psychology Today that maybe I would like to challenge. Let me read you their statement about sleep. They say sleep is the balm that soothes and restores after a long day. I don't agree with that. I think it's before a long day. It's not after a long day, because if you have rested, if you are sleeping well and your thoughts are calm and in peace, then you can face your day in a very different way. You may have a short, a productive, and joyful day. Why am I telling you this? Because I find a spiritual lesson in this. We must learn to rest while things are dark. How do we rest? When we trust. So unless we learn to trust in God, rest in Him while times are dark, we cannot fulfill our duties, neither our calling, when things are bright. You know, when I was younger, I always thought sleeping was such a waste of time, right? I wish I could watch another movie. I wish I could talk to my friends, play another game, whatever it takes. But I just hated this idea of it's getting dark, I have to sleep. But later in life, when there was a stressful day coming over me, I'd rather sleep well and rest so my mind will be active, so my heart will be there. I'll have the energy to face another day of so much to do. So a good night's sleep is where the success of my day begins. Let me speak about all of us now. We're going through some really dark times. It seems like this pandemic is a long night. The war in Armenia is being a nightmare, and we just can't wait to wake up and even think that none of that has ever happened. Just let's move on with our lives. But my friends, a day begins at midnight. And what we do while it's dark can change everything. Everything that happens when light comes back. Who teaches about this? Jesus. I'm going to read a passage for you from the Gospel of Luke chapter 6. And I've got to learn a lot from this passage. Let me read it for you. Verses 12 on. One of those days, Jesus went out to a mountainside to pray. And he spent the entire night, all night, praying to God. When morning came, he called his disciples to him and chose 12 of them, whom he also designated apostles. Simon, whom he named Peter, his brother Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James, son of Alphaeus, Simon, who was called the Zealot, Judas, son of James, and also Judas Iscariot, who became a traitor. Jesus has set an example what a faithful life must be when things are dark. A time of prayer, a time in the presence of God, a time of hearing from the Father, a time of resting and being restored. Do you know why? Because the day is coming. And when the day comes, he's going to face his friends, his disciples, those who are going to continue his mission, but there's also those who are going to betray him. Those who are going to face him, force him towards some hard and harsh days. That's why Jesus does not waste the dark hours. The dark hours is where he prays. Dark hours are for us to grow, to learn wisdom, to trust the Father, to talk to God. Because when we wake up, when time comes, we're going to have both blessings and hardships. You know, Jesus celebrated his disciples. While he was celebrating his disciples, he knew that there was someone who was going to betray him for money. And us too. When all this is over, we're going to face some challenges. We're going to celebrate blessings as well, yes. But what I'm saying is, do not rush through this season. Do not rush because this season is dark. But let's learn to rest. Let's learn to trust. Let's learn to trust God at midnight, because that's when the day begins. God bless.